Oh, maybe maybe you can hear us now. How about that? How about I turn on the mics? All right, everybody, we appear to be back. Let us know how it sounds. I'm checking the chat. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Go ahead and talk, Doc, while I look at what's going on here. Oh, I can't hear you, Doc. What in the world is going on tonight?
Well, it just must be the deep state's last throws gas for air because I don't know if y'all noticed this week, but POTUS is taking the war to them, and I'm with them. So they're trying everything they can to silence our voices. And you know what I say to that? You try to put your hand over my mouth and I'll lick you. So I don't think it's going to work. They're going to have to work harder and better and smarter than that to shut us mega people up. Isn't that right?
I'm sorry, Doc. I had to run over and look at something quick.
I said they're going to have to work smarter, harder, and better than that to shut us up. We've got good news. There's no reason for us to shut up. Our POTUS is winning bigly, and I don't know if y'all saw how vividly the war began this week with POTUS. So I'm excited. I've got my ringside seat, I've got my popcorn, and I'm ready to pop out the party essentials anytime he is ready.
Okay, it looks like we're staying green. I don't know what happened there. Why we're getting throttled all of a sudden. It's jumping all over the place all of a sudden. It didn't do that for weeks. Actually, months it didn't do that. Now it's doing it all of a sudden. So
I see Scotty the Ryle out there being his usual sassy self on a Saturday night. Fritzy, I'm glad to see you, bread maker. We're so glad to have everybody, Scott. All of our peeps. Enable A, that's still looking for his R. We're just so glad. R and John, all of our Miss Donna, Miss Princess, Angie, UK Neil. We've got a great group tonight. We're so glad y'all came to see us.
The wind noise, you might be hearing a wind noise because it's pouring. It's raining really hard here, so.
Oh, it is?
Yes. It's raining really hard, so.
Show off.
Hopefully that stops. I can't stop the weather.
Show off. We just get it. I don't know what the good Lord is baking here, but I keep telling him if he's baking cornbread, it's done in the middle because I am saying we've been having a second heat wave for some reason, and I'm crying, Uncle, whatever he is cooking, it is done, including me. So we've been dying. It was like over 100 just yesterday, and I'm going, dear Lord, we need respite. Give me a break, Lord. I think he was just reminding me that to be good, because I really don't want to go to hell. I can tell that just from that he's here.
All right, Doc, we're going to get right into it and see how it rolls here. I'm going to go right to, let's see, some good news. Let's see if we can find it.
We've got a lot of good news to celebrate this week. And y'all got to remember, we got to start getting ready because I am telling you, it is here. The war is here, and the plan is in place. So we got to be excited. I'm ready. This is what we've been training for. And it is upon us. It is about to start. So everybody's got to start revving their engines and not turn them off. So be encouraged. Be of good cheer.
Okay, this is from Fox News, Doc. Florida police arrest 23 suspected child predators and traffickers through online sting. So let's take a look at a little bit of it. And we're going to have to sit through another Fox commercial, but sorry about that.
Do we have to hear it or can you mute it? You know what's so exciting is that you see this more and more and more. You see them nabbing pedophiles every which way but That is our POTUS making our children and human smuggling a priority. He promised he would do that, and he is delivering.
Come on, can't we get to the story here?
You know how they are with their advertisements.
Well, this is about what's going on with the Ukraine hoax. Come on, let's get through the commercial here.
I know.
Unfortunately, Fox won't. We can't go to the story because Fox won't let you advance past the past their commercial. So anyway, I'll read some of it while.
What the main gist of what I'm trying to show with these is not the minutia, not the fine details, but seeing the pattern of our president making human smuggling a priority for our government. They said, I've read several articles that have said that was what really made him decide it was time to run, was he was doing it for the kids, to save the kids. So I just think it's another sign that they are rounding them up everywhere. And they're from all walks of life. So as you take your kids to soccer practice or to church or to school or to choir or band or whatever, you need to remember pedophiles put themselves in places where they have access to children. There is no replacement for a vigilant parent, if you get my drift. And this shows that while we're making progress, how prevalent this evil is in our very own community. So we got to be aware. So that was the pattern that I was trying to show.
So I'll read some of it. Florida deputies arrested, for some reason the Fox video isn't there, but Florida deputies arrested 23 suspected child predators and human traffickers during a recent 4-day sting operation, all of which used online applications to seek out children, police said, according to Fox 13. So if they arrested 23 in Florida in just one area, how many of these guys are out there? And gals. I shouldn't say just guys. Because, you know,
they're in every type of fashion, and even if you know what's particularly abhorrent as a woman and as a mother is how often you read these articles and the pedophile was aided by women, just like with Ghislaine Maxwell. She was the one that was going out and procuring not only women but young girls down to, as we talked before, down to infants. I mean, the man was a monster, and she was willing to sell out humanity to please him. So there's monsters of every sex, every color, every creed, everything, and that's why I was just reminding everybody, though we're winning, it shows you how vigilant you've got to be with your children.
Yes, because we'll get into the next one, which is why you have to be vigilant. It is Eyes on Q, at Eyes on Q on Twitter, satanic ritual abuse. And we'll
as
play this
child
video.
Love has nothing to do with the abuse of children. These children are not just kidnapped and in some cases bred by families as a cash crop. We have people in the United States of America that breed children in order to sell them. And when they are sold, they come without birth certificates, which means it's easier to kill them and have no one ask where they are. We're also importing children by the plane load. Again, children who have no documentation. It's not just child slavery or child sex abuse. It's also child torture, because you have adrenalized blood. You have the whole blood drinking ceremony of the satanic world. It's also the use of children for harvesting body organs. We'll have the Falun Gong testimony tomorrow. One of the reasons that the Falun Gong are so popular is because they're so healthy, so that you can harvest their body organs and get the very best. And then you have ritual ceremonies and ritual murder, as well as incidental murder. But I know the system. I've been a spy all over the world. I have created the Marine Corps Intelligence Command. I have trained intelligence and law enforcement representatives, over 8,000 of them from across 66 countries. They are all, without exception, good people trapped in a bad system. And one of the most wonderful things that this court could achieve, now that we've had Pizzagate, for example, which opened people's mind, is we could achieve an opening of the public mind and an absolute imperative from the public to governments, including the U.S. government, which I think is the center of gravity in so many ways. I have found in my research and preparation for this court and all of the work that will follow that most organizations that end up being used to prey on children, Oxfam is a recent example.
Now, this explains why there's so many. Maybe they're not predators, but they're looking for children to sell as well. So they may not be a pedophile that they're arresting. They may be people that are trying to round up children to sell to these satanic groups or satanic rich people. Elite, right?
Everything else.
Is that a fair assessment, Doc? That not all of these people being arrested are pedophiles?
No, they can be participants. They can be getting these kids to sell for body parts, for satanic rituals, for all sorts of things. They harvest their organs. They do horrific things with these kids. And because these kids were born, their mothers were either held as captives, and the babies were born, not in a hospital or anything like that, where they don't have any documentation. But they do it in all sorts of different ways. It is just paramount that we win this fight against evil. We've got a chance. We've just got, and though I know a lot of this stuff is hard to hear, I always pray that God will protect my heart and my mind as I make myself available to these horrific facts that we have to deal with to take them down. But we have to know the evil we're dealing with in order to stop it. And I think that is part of what POTUS has done, is he has slowly but surely, brought it more and more to the forefront. He talks about it more and more. So then when he signs the executive order and that kind of thing, he just sets that priority for our nation. And then that is in turn bringing down, all of these networks around the world. It isn't just in America, sadly.
Let's hear the end of this.
All of the United Nations organizations, the Boy Scouts of America, all of the child services agencies across the United States of America.
Which would include Amber Alert, any of that. These people have infiltrated everything. The Center for Missing and Exploited Children. You may think these are all great organizations, but these people have infiltrated these organizations because it's easier to get access to children. And if you think that's false, you're kidding yourself. Look at the person that was arrested from the United Nations who was in charge of child exploitation, and he ended up being one of these scumbags they arrested. So, he was working directly for the United Nations on behalf of children, and in the meantime, he was exploiting children. So
they did not start out as organizations to prey on children.
So, exactly what we said there. They didn't start out that way, but they're ending up that way.
Mm-hmm. For me, as I adjust my lighting, guys, I've got to get it to the. If you think it's lightning, in my studio, it's not. I'm just adjusting my lighting. I'm sorry, guys. It's on a remote and it's very sensitive.
That's why you're adjusting yourself. Doc, I'm going to bring up why we have the title. Oh, there she is. There she is. There is Greta Thunberg up on the screen. Well, she's up on the screen. There's Greta. Say hi to Greta, everybody. She's joining us. Let's move her down here between Doc and I. That way she's not alone. How dare I put her up on the screen? So,
I thought
Greta.
she was the little girl from Poltergeist.
we got a video. We're just gonna have a little fun with this. I'm gonna put up a little video of Greta at the UN before
I
her
have the
meeting.
golden ticket from George Soros himself. We're going to be rich. I don't like you. Well, the feeling's mutual, you little twerp. You better give me climate change or else. Shh, quiet. I shouldn't be here. Then get the hell out of here. I should be in school. To be honest with you, I don't think school's helping you much. Give me climate change. Zip your lip, you freaking twerp. Hold your breath.
Won't I drown?
Make a wish.
I wish I knew how to count to 3.
Count to 3.
Are you a leprechaun?
Come with me, and you'll see the laughing stock of this entire nation. Listen to the children! We're all gonna die! We're melting! Earth is gonna explode! Gee,
So, you're giving me a headache.
if you wanna view stupidity, simply look around and do it. Ah! How dare you! Melting! Climate change is fucking stupid.
Listen to the children.
I fucking do it. Climate change is real.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is free. Is this the climate change room? Yeah. Yeah, this is the climate change room.
Oh, so this is what your climate change room looks like.
I always wondered what the climate change room looked like. Shut up, Al Gore. And is this the golden climate change egg? Yeah. That's the golden climate change egg. The golden goose lays those.
Golden goose, you say? I wonder if the golden goose could lay old Nancy here a pint of whiskey.
Climate change is real. Shut up, Al Gore. Daddy, I want a climate change egg. Oompa, shut up, you fool. If you were wise, you'd go back to school. Can I buy a magic egg for my daughter? No, they're not for sale. You can sell an egg to me. I said no, they're not for sale. Daddy, I want a climate change egg now! Well, he said no to Mia. Daddy, if you don't give me a climate change egg, I'm going to scream! I don't know what to do. Jeez! Get control of your kid here! She can do what she wants to do. I'm gonna call Child Protective Services here. I want the world! I want the whole world!
Excuse me, but could you, not sing? I got a little bit of a hangover here, okay? Thank you.
Daddy, I want the magic climate change egg now! Well, you can't have it. How dare you! I wouldn't stand up there if I was you. How dare you! Ha! She was a bad egg.
Oh, does this girl not look like Wednesday Addams?
Curtis's response to her was absolutely hysterical.
Yes, it was.
See that? Where he trolled her? He is the master blaster troller, and it makes me roll. Their heads are exploding, and I'm laughing.
Well, you know what? It's time for Christians to stand up. Here's a good video that you sent me, Doc, from YouTube. Dr. Robert Jeffries. We'll watch this for a while.
Tonight, Pastor Robert Jeffries, member of the White House Faith Initiative, pastor of the First Baptist Church of Dallas, a Fox Business contributor. And let's start with prayer, if we may. Before and after football games, freedom from religion. Is that really the way the First Amendment reads?
There's nothing about a freedom from religion in the First Amendment, but there's everything about the freedom of religious expression. And Lou, look, for the first 150 years of our nation's history, prayer in public, Bible reading in the school. All of these things were encouraged by the courts. But suddenly, starting in 1962, there was this rabid move to remove prayer and Bible reading and any kind of faith display from the public schools and the public square. Did the Constitution change and nobody tell us? No. What changed is we allowed liberal judges to pervert the Constitution and especially the First Amendment into something the founders never intended. The Establishment Clause says you can't establish a state church. It says nothing about prayers before football games. And Lou, this is why what President Trump is doing is so important. He has appointed more than 150 federal judges to the court who will interpret the law by what the Constitution actually says and not by what liberals wish it said.
And now we've got the Pope bashing conservative Christians. I don't understand what's going on here. And I know that Christians are not a monolithic bunch. Believe me, I know that. But someone should send an emissary, perhaps to the Vatican, to say, you know, let's talk this thing over, Pontiff.
Yeah, well, what he basically said in this private meeting was, if you don't subscribe to open borders and you don't subscribe to the climate change hysteria, you're not a real Christian. And I mean, that is so foolish, it's hardly worth even a discussion.
Well, it's just further divide between the Catholic Church, at least, and the rest of this country. Let's turn to, if you will, the politics right now in the country of impeachment. And I have to say, I don't hear a lot of reaction yet. It's early days, admittedly, but how will Christians and how will evangelicals and those churches react?
Well, Lou, I've heard lots of reaction. I've been traveling the country this week since I saw you Monday night. I have spoken to thousands of Christians, and I'm going to tell you, I've never seen Christians as angry about anything as they are about the attempt to remove this president from office. They know that the only impeachable offense he has committed was beating Hillary Clinton in 2016. That's the unpardonable sin for which the Democrats will never forgive him. And Lou, I was speaking to thousands of Christians yesterday at a convention center in Tennessee, and I said, I don't like what these Democrats are doing to my friend President Trump, but I really don't like what's going to happen to this nation if the Dems and Rhinos succeed in removing him from office. He is the most pro-life, pro-religious liberty, pro-conservative judiciary president we have had in history. And if he is removed, this country is finished. It is time for Christians to stand up and say, we're as mad as HELL, and we're not going to put up with this any longer. It's time for every Christian, every conservative to stand up and be counted. That's what we call righteous indignation.
Pastor, well said as always, and I have to say, I believe the entire country, irrespective of religion, race, or creed, should basically tell the Democratic Party to go to hell for what they're trying to do both to this president and to this country. Pastor Robert Jeffress, as always, great to have you with us, my friend. Thank you.
That was excellent. It's time to stand up because the Democrats are just going to keep doing this. Once this Ukrainian hoax blows up in their faces, and it is starting to, because it's starting to turn around to Joe Biden. Even Bill Maher is saying, well, wait a minute, look at Hunter Biden and Ukraine. And Joe even admits on tape that he withheld $1 billion until they fired the prosecutor looking into his son. So how can you impeach the president for nothing but secondhand or third-hand information from a fake whistleblower? You know, to Joe Biden saying directly on tape, the words came out of his own mouth that he did this. He did exactly what the Democrats are accusing Trump of to impeach him. And little Adam Schiff and his parody of what Trump actually said, this is getting ridiculous. And I think the Lou Dobbs is right and Pastor Jeffress is right. The American people are getting sick of this. It's just absolute garbage. What do you say, Doc?
It's because it shows you that once again our country finds itself at a crossroads. If we lose this next election, not only is our very way of life at stake, but our freedom to express our religion, because they will strip it. They don't want us to have any freedoms, no choices but what they tell us to do, no right to pursue a free life unless they've ordained it. And then what they do let us do, they're going to tax the hell out of. And they're going to continue because they think we're the ugly, unwashed masses. And they're going to continue to try to kill us off, slowly but surely, through abortion and through other ways, other means, like withholding cures from us and withholding, good medical care because they're trying to force down what they want us to have. There's so many ways. They are the very antithesis of choice, of freedom. And if we do not make sure that the American electorate understands that before 2020, our very way of life will be forever indelibly changed, because then the new Green Deal comes into play, and everything, every custom, everything that we hold dear, they're going to shred just to pull us apart, to grind us down into malleable paste. That's what they want for us. That's why we fight. That's why you need to, every morning, patriots, get up, put your big girl panties or your big boy panties on, and belly up to the bar to do whatever you can to bring the fight to them. It's time. POTUS showed us this week that he is on the offense, and we're his army. So bring out your best game and get involved in whatever way you can, whether it is mean warfare, whether it is phone calls, whether it is emails, whether it is enlightening your neighbor or your families. Do your part, or else don't gripe when we have no freedoms left. That's where we're at. So it's time, guys. Pick a side and belly up to the bar, because remember, even God spewed out tepid Christians. So nobody likes anything tepid. So either get hot or get totally cold. But don't let POTUS think he can count on us. And then when the going gets the least bit tough, be all worried and scared, too scared to get on the battlefield. This is when we got to show them who we are. Let them hear us roar in great numbers.
That's right, Doc. Couldn't agree more. Let's see. We lost some people, and I think it's because of Periscope, but we're going to end the show 10 minutes early. I'm going to try to reboot the router, which I don't think is the problem, but we're going to try to reboot it anyway. I think it's Periscope that's causing the problems. But before we do that, I did want to bring up that I'm working on something that you will have a central place for you to go to, Periscope, DLive, Twitch, or YouTube to watch the show. I'm waiting on some approvals from Google, unfortunately, but I think we built an app here that we can share to everybody soon, hopefully. It'll have our Twitter feeds, it'll have our email, all on one app. So working on that.
And don't forget, y'all send in stuff. If you see something out there that is of particular interest to you, a great example of all the winning we're doing, send it to us. We'll put it on there and make you infamous. Not famous, but infamous.
Yes. And we'll also have links for CDO, for Jesus, for all the shows. The link will be on that app. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on it. We're going to add more as time goes on. Unfortunately, I'm just trying to wait for Google to approve it. It's been 5 days now. Usually it takes 1 to 5 hours to get an app approved, but I'm sure it's because it's conservative and Donald Trump related. They are taking their sweet little time. Yes, CDO for Jesus. We're putting a link to your website on an app that I built during the week, in my spare time, like I have spare time. Unfortunately, the app is not going to be in iTunes because that costs a lot of money to put it out in iTunes. So if you want it on iTunes, unfortunately, you're going to have to become a Patreon for as little as $1 a month. I mean, because it costs quite a bit of money to even build the app and get it onto Apple Play or whatever you want to call it. It used to be the Android store, but now I think it's Google Play. Sorry, but as soon as that comes out, we'll share the app. No, the CDO for Jesus. Your website is on the app, so they'll use your website more. I think so.
We need to give CDO for Jesus a big shout out of thanks, guys. She works so hard to try to make sure that we always have a resource for all of the great MAGA shows and the new media that's available, which that's where you get your real news, you know. So everybody needs to be sure and remember to thank her. Check it, you know, periodically for updates. She always updates it and tries to make it more user friendly. So be sure and thank her because that's her way of stepping up for MAGA. And we appreciate everything she does and all the different ways that people get involved. So thank you, Cynthia. We appreciate it. We love you, doll.
So, JJ Wills, I'm a used car salesman. I work 2 fucking jobs. I did the app. The app's free, douchebag. All right? So, I got 2 words for you. 3 words. Go fuck yourself. Get off my scope. I worked 2 jobs. I worked on this app at night, at 11 o'clock at night, after I worked 12 to 14 hours a day. Get the hell out of here, you freaking douchebag.
There's always bad apple everywhere.
And I spent my own goddamn money to create the app, which costs money, idiot. And to put it on Google Play, it costs money. So go fuck yourself. Jesus Christ, I can't stand these damn trolls. Go get a life.
Well, you know we're just getting the bottom of the barrel now, Phil. Don't let them get to you, because remember, all the good people got jobs now. So all they can hire are the bottom of the barrel. So don't let them get to you.
I'm sorry for swearing and going off, but you know what? I put a lot of time and effort in this. Work 2 jobs too, and the app is free. I'm not charging anybody for the app, so go to hell. And I worked on my free time, which I have very little of, to work on that app. So, good grief. You people need to get a damn life. Go over to your communist, socialist, douchebag, free everything friends and get the hell off my scope. I've had enough of you people.
They are just trying to get you. But we're not going to let them. We're not going to let them win. So, anyway, now, if we're going to be rebooting before the speakeasy, guys, y'all don't forget that's coming up next. And we're going to have a whole bunch of good patriots that are going to join us for a lot of fun cussing and discussing all the latest news. So y'all be sure and come back and join us.
No, I'm just tired, Christy, because I work 14 hours a day, 6 days a week, and sometimes on Sunday, and I'm trying everything I can to help everybody that watches the show, and we appreciate all of you. So it's just ridiculous. I'm tired of the lies. You got little Addams pencil neck sitting on TV, on national TV, lying to millions of people. I mean, come on. If you're a liberal, you got to be disgusted at some point. You got to have some sort of synapses to come together and say, this guy's lying to me. No, you run out and you retweet the same crap he's saying. I mean, you can't be this stupid.
Well, the problem is that they don't operate with a set of morals and values because they're godless. They don't believe in God. They don't live lives that are based on integrity and based on morals and values. So we're expecting reasonable responses from people that don't have the ability. I mean, that shows you right there. So we're never going to get that. What we've got to do is we've got to work harder to feed them at the ballot box. because it shows you they think the ends justifies the means, and we think that the means is how we show people how we live. So all the more reason to come over to the side of reason, the side of free choice, the side of life, the side of low taxes, the side of low unemployment. That's why we're on the winning train with Trump. And each week, when we're not accidentally losing it with our trolls because they're such dweebs, we're celebrating wins more and more, baby.
No, Doc, they're not even dweebs. They're absolutely ludicrous at this point.
I know.
They are jumping up and down because they think they can impeach the president now over a fake whistleblower with fake information from third parties, yet Joe Biden's on freaking tape and they've got nothing to say about that. Tape. He's on tape saying, son of a bitch, they fired the guy after I threatened to keep the $1 billion. I mean, come on, people. You can't be this dumb. You can't be this stupid to listen to this crap, then come into our scopes and say, Trump orange man bad. I mean, we're MAGA grifters. Really? I mean, come on. What are you, 12? 13? Or are you just brainwashed this badly that you can't discern reality from some liberal socialist nut farm?
The information person is what they're trying to do, and it doesn't work in our world because all of our patriots are informed. All of our patriots are in the know. They see what's going on. They can't pull a wool over our eyes anymore. And mainstream media isn't going to win anymore. We see them for what they are and who they are. So we're fighting back. We're winning. We've got the upper hand. So we've just got to keep on reminding everybody of that because they do see. The majority of America is not Hollywood or New York. It is the average, everyday American that works hard, raises their family, loves God, loves their country, and loves their freedoms. That's who we are. And we're going to stand up and we're going to win. We're going to take this country back. And this is just the last throws because they think that they still have a shot.
Yeah, a shot at what, though? A shot at telling us what we can eat, what we can drink, where we're going to work, what we have to...
They can maintain power.
I mean, they've made it obvious. They want to control every aspect of your life in the Democrat Party, right? So why would you want that? Why would you want somebody to tell you what you can eat every day? What you're going to drink, what you can smoke, okay, the vape thing, right? New York State just banned the menthol today or yesterday. I'm not sure when the dictator of New York State decided to do that, but I mean, come on. They're already saying that the black market vaping materials have skyrocketed. And where are those most of that black market stuff coming from? China. It's coming from China. I mean, you can't make this. These people are stupid. These people are sick. They are sick. But the governor, the comrade in chief here, and dictator in chief here in New York State, well, he is just determined to control everything here.
They do.
And I keep hearing Trump is a dictator. Really? How? What has he done that has made him a dictator? But every Democrat governor in this country has done everything to be a dictator.
Exactly.
And every Democrat presidential candidate is acting like a dictator. I'll do it by executive order. I'll take your guns. I mean, really? That's not a dictator?
Yep.
I'm sorry. I went on a rant. I sound like Dennis Leary here. But
they don't want to lose their power. That's what it's all about, is a lust for power and greed. That's what it boils down to.
We all got to start getting angry and doing something. All of us.
Yeah, we did. It's time. We've got 1 year to not only get our president reelected, but take back the Congress. That is of utmost importance this time. And maintain our lead in the Senate, even if it requires voting for some of those ne'er-do-well rhinos.
Yeah, and I'm going to say it's not just Democrats, Doc.
You better vote for them.
It's not just Democrats, Doc. There's the Republicans too that need to go.
That's
They're
right.
would-be dictators. All they care about is their power and telling us what to do.
Exactly. But right now, as long as our POTUS can use them, then you grin and grit your teeth and you vote. And you ask for a paper ballot, guys, unless we get voter ID before the next election. Just saying.
I normally don't swear, but I'm getting tired of this. To be honest, not tired of the viewers, not tired of the show, not tired of the winning, not tired of Trump. I'm just tired of these morons destroying. Number one, I live in New York State, so I got it double bad. Not only do I have the Democrats controlling Congress, the House, but I got Andrew Cuomo and the Democrats controlling New York State. So I'm double whammied. So
Yes, you are.
I'm sorry, I just wasted a half the show going off like a rant. But
We all feel frustration sometimes, and if you're going to do it, then amongst friends is the safest place to do it. So that's a fact. But hey, Yankee, I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings, but our show really just kind of got cut short this week. But we need to start. We're 5 minutes till 8 or 9 y'all's time, Yankeeville time. So we got to start getting it wrapped up for you to reboot or whatever we're going to do.
okay, so I'm going to reboot the router, which I don't think is going to make a difference because Periscope hates us again. We're back on the crap list, but we got some big breaking news on the next show, Speakeasy. It's not anything to do with politics or anything. I think it's a big deal because it's another thing we worked on during the week, and a couple people helped me to see if it works. So we're going to try it. Maybe we're going to try it tonight. Catch us on Speakeasy next at, we're going to say about 10 after 9. Just to give the router a chance to reset and for me to get the show ready. So about 10 after 9.
For everybody, don't forget, go refill your favorite libation and get you a snack and get ready for a little cussing and discussing by some patriots.
Yes,
Don't
join us
forget to come back.
Join us on Speakeasy. It's going to be about 10 after, quarter after 9. So I'm going to go run down, reset the router, and then we'll get the show ready and we'll get rolling. And I promise we're going to have a lot of fun on the next one. I won't go on a rant. I got somebody else to do that for us tonight. So, okay, catch us.
Hey there, be there. Don't forget.
Okay, good night. Well, not good night. We'll see you in about 15, 20 minutes, okay?
All right. Be there, be square.